Recently, I realized that I might be all over the map. Or, as I said to one of my coaches, I'm all over the mission. There's so many things happening in the world of work. And there's so many things that I'm doing with my clients and so many consequences that I'm seeing happening with my clients that I have this tendency to expand and to be all over the possibilities of the things that I can do. So I can do so many things, and I have this tendency to do all these things. This is the opposite of running a business. Running a business is very simple. It's simple output, simple input, simple output. So if you have as an input a type of client that you want, and then you have a process to connect with them, make offers, and you make some offers and you get some money on the other end and you deliver a service, that's a business. Now, being all over the mission and being all over the map means not having an ideal client and not having an actual business. So what is going on? Let me draw something with you. So one thing that is going on is there is a lot still going on in corporate. So the first thing that's going on in corporate is the usual problems with corporate. So there is morale, there is innovation, there's politics, there's silos. So all of these things are still going on with corporate, but they're losing the best talent. So they're losing talent, and there is a movement. On one hand, they are shedding talent because a lot of them believe that AI will sort of solve a lot of the problems. But they're also losing the best talent because the best talent is saying, hey, hold on, I'm doing all of this in corporate, but 20 years ago, 30 years ago, corporate owned the means of production. Right now, the means of production are a laptop. So I can buy a laptop and I can be freelance. So people are moving to being freelance, and they are facing new challenges that they didn't have in corporate, like selling, like marketing, like personal branding. And most of all, the mindset that makes it functional for you to live inside corporate is a mindset that doesn't work in freelance. So you have to develop completely new mindset. And you go ahead and solve all of these problems. And you also solve all the practical problems like accounting, billing, bureaucracy, registering, and so on and so forth. And in a very short period of time, you find yourself that you're almost an entrepreneur. The only difference that as a freelancer, what you're doing is that you are the resource. And instead, for the entrepreneur, actually, the idea or the team or both are the resources. But the problems are very similar because, as well, the problem with branding is not going to be personal branding, it's going to be the branding of the company. It's going to be the marketing, not of the services, but the marketing of the ideas. And the mindset needs to change as well. And it's not just selling, maybe it's how to have a sales team or a sales process. And so very quickly, the people that we were saying, corporate is shedding talent, they're shedding them to freelance. But there's a lot of people that are skipping the freelance and they're already going directly to entrepreneurship. Now, with all the difficulty that there is to figure out entrepreneurship, and I am 13 years the journey and still figuring it out every single year, you might as well move to impact entrepreneurship. And here you'd only make it for the money, but you make it for a larger goal, a vision, a mission. So you're not here, more or less, you're creating this kind of lifestyle business, or what Tim Ferriss used to call a muse. Okay, so this is a company that sort of allows you to live your life. It's smarter than being freelance because in freelancing, you don't control all of the aspects of your business, and you might be in one of those markets where there's actually a big incumbent that controls everything for you. If you are a driver, that's going to be either Uber or Lyft or Black Lane, depending on where you are, and so on and so forth. So you want to be more free, so you're more in the entrepreneurship side, but you still are creating something small. What happens if you create something big? Well, there is another mindset shift because here you have to believe that you are strong enough and you're smart enough and you're big enough that your idea doesn't just need to be sold, it needs to change the world. And that's a big one. The change between entrepreneurship is that you are just selling your idea and your concept for money. When you add the impact, you are actually having your idea change the whole world. So the problem that you had before and the problems that you had in entrepreneurship, I think most clearly are in terms of having a larger team. Here, they go back to having a better mindset, because obviously you have team problems. Obviously you have all the problems of entrepreneurship compounded, but you're here for impact. And so what I'm seeing as well is that, let's zoom out a little bit, is that corporate is shedding all of this talent, and they're all going in these directions. So for instance, right now, I have clients that are going very quickly freelance to impact, like jumping freelance. And they were just, coming from corporate to freelance. So doing these jumps really quickly. Or I have clients that are right now in corporate and they're trying to make it work. Okay. So they're trying to figure it out. And I have clients that are in corporate and they're thinking, oh, what's next? Where do I jump? So they are either in this, or this journey. And you can see, well, I know that I'm all over the mission because each one of those jumps is a different offer. Each one of those categories is a different business. And right now, I am basically running all of them and I'm running none of them. So the possibilities that I have at the moment, and I really wish for you to give me a hunch what you see from the outside, is that corporate. Now, corporate is fantastic. I've firsthand experience in corporate. I know what happens in corporate. And corporate right now is losing talent. So this is the big issue. How does corporate retain the best talent? And it's supposed to become smaller because this path from corporate to impact is happening. So people are just thinking, why, especially the younger generations are thinking, why the hell am I here? What are they going to give me that I cannot get for myself on the free market? But then I've started seeing this. The problem with corporate is trust. There is a complete erosion of trust in the way corporate is built, the way it's run. Everything that happens in corporate is done with zero trust. We do things like this because we always done things like this. This is how we do things here. This is the kind of thing that's in corporate. And so I would love to help them with trust, because what I've realized is that I have done all of the work with the divisions, with the directors, with all the teams, and it doesn't work because it all falls into the lack of trust from the CEO, from the board, and if you're lucky, from the C-suite. But it's mostly CEO and board. So I know what to do. I need to work with the CEO and the board. Then there's this journey from corporate to freelance to entrepreneur and impact. I've done this starting from 2011, and I'm slow. I'm very, very slow. But in 2011, I left my corporate job. And first of all, I started as a freelancer. And the first thing I did was the typical done for you kind of work. So I did what I was doing behind a desk. That was not my desk. It was in corporate. I started doing it for the same companies from the outside. Then I started teaching. Then I launched a product. Then I launched 2 startups. Both did the normal end of a startup. So both shut down. Was it 2 or 3? Yeah, we're 2. Then I started facilitation. And finally, coaching. And in all of this, in the meantime, I always had speaking as, one of my passions and one of my talents. And when I tell you that I'm all over the map, I've been all over the map because this has been the journey over the years, like evolutionary. What do I do? How do I bring value to companies? How do I bring value to individuals? And now I know that what I do is coaching. So now I know that this is the work. But then on the other hand, I have all of this opportunity here. There you go. This is this huge opportunity happening where corporate will have to change to survive, and they're going to need trust. And everybody going into freelance, they're going to need a new mindset. And everybody going into freelance, I think they should be fast tracked to impact immediately, because it doesn't make sense to do all of the work that is required for you to decolonize your corporate brain into bringing value directly and selling and marketing and branding, and to do it just to monetize you as a resource. There's no leverage there. And so I really think that we have to go all the way to impact. But here, like in this moment on the 12th of December, I haven't made a decision yet. I have all of this map and I'm still all over it. I have the corporate clients, the clients that are leaving corporate. I'm the freelance clients that are playing with entrepreneurship, but actually going straight to impact. And I'm studying them, I'm researching them, and I'm working with them, but I have no idea where is the point of a map where I'm going. What I know is that I can help all of them. And what I know is that I've done all of the work. But as with my clients, they don't know what's next. I don't know what's next either. Thanks for watching.